Okay, well today is Broadhead testing day. What we're going to be shooting today, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be testing an Exodus, an Iron Will, and I know I'm going to butcher how to say this, but a Huner head, I believe, and we're going to see how they fly at long distance. We're going to see how they shoot at or through bone, and then we're going to see how they shoot through steel. I have two 16 gauge steel plates. I will say, because it's a nice day and it's gonna be the only nice day that I have right now, the bone is frozen. I have not had a chance to thaw it out, so. Okay, so here are the heads. There's the Exodus, the Iron Will, and the Huner head. Okay guys, I'm outside here. There's my target right, just so you guys can see real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna flip this around. All the way down there. That's 80 yards. That's where we're shooting from. Right, got all messed up, but let's see what we got here. So, this is the field point. That's the Huner head, which has been shooting left for me. Field point, Exodus. There's the Iron Will. It's been flying great. And another field. So, all in all, what I can tell you is the Exodus and the Iron Will, I don't really see one being better than the other from flight. They both are flying like darts. Can't complain about flight on either one. They've been awesome. That went in all right. Oh, we gotta show you. So here's the, hold on, Cody. Here's the head. Blades are a little beat up. It went in pretty good. It bounced off. Knock broke off in the end of the arrow. Oh, so that head is, that whole ferrule threads look like they're bent to me, but yeah. Okay, on to the Huner head. There goes arrow number 3. Holy,
oh my gosh.
All right guys, well, I guess we're not shooting this one into steel. Steel plate. There's the Exodus. Let's see what it does.
The damages.
Let me show you this. First off, here's the arrow and the Exodus head. This, see that hole? See the sky through there? That is two 16 gauge steel plates. We're gonna take this and shoot this into the steel plate just for fun.
That is art.
So there's the back side. It did go through. There's the front side. It did stick. It's not a 4-blade anymore, it's 3-blade. Just from impact. All right, so part 2 of the testing. I talked to Bill from Iron Will, just kind of give him feedback on the head. He brought up a few good points. You know, one of which being that when you use an axis arrow with a hit insert, realistically you're holding the broadhead by the threads. When you have a regular insert, you've got some more stability, something metal, aluminum, whatever that insert is, around the rest of the shaft, or with an axis you don't. So on a glancing shot, which is, you know, what appears to have happened, it's hard to say. With a glancing shot, it, you know, obviously that broadhead hit and turned and shifted and it bent and then it broke out of the arrow. Bill asked, he said, hey, will you test another head and see what they do on thawed bone? So here we go. So that was the Exodus. Exodus is still in there pretty good. Took a chunk out of the bone but didn't go through it. they're very heavy bones, and neither one of the broadheads broke the bone in half. This arrow's actually stuck in here. So there's both of my arrows. The Exodus, so I got a bent blade. It's actually bent. One of the first times I've actually seen one curve and bend. Other than that, it is not in bad shape. What I can tell you is, looking at it right now, tip flattened out just a little bit. But other than that, so far it looks in pretty good shape. So there's what the Exodus did. Interestingly enough, you can kind of see where the iron wheel hit last time when it was frozen. There's what the iron wheel did. That dug a pretty good hole in there. All right, guys, so here's the plate. I'm gonna treat the iron wheel just like I treated the Exodus in the last test. Got shot into the thawed bone. It's actually in relatively good shape. It's not bent at all. Oh, we destroyed another arrow. Broadhead doesn't look any worse for wear. And actually put a bigger hole through the steel plate than the Exodus did. So that was the Huner head. That's the iron wheel. That's the Exodus. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in my archery shop. And so here's the iron wheel after it has gone through bone now, and the steel plate. Steel plate didn't seem to affect it at all. Here is the Exodus after the bone, and like I said, that one blade, that's one of the few times I've ever seen a blade actually bend on an Exodus. So let's kind of recap one more time here. This is the Huner that went into the steel plate, got the least amount of penetration of any of the heads I tested in the steel plate. This was brand new when it went through the steel plate. Big disappointment is, just based off momentum, that blade broke off right there. So this is the Huner head that got shot into the frozen bone, and as you can see, the tip broke completely off. Blades are fairly messed up, and it broke off at the threads. So did not fare well. This is the Exodus that got shot 80 yards and then got shot into the frozen bone and then got shot into the steel plate. That's that. I'll just show you the plate again here real quick. So Exodus, iron wheel, and Huner head. So the iron wheel definitely out-penetrated the other two heads. Okay, give you guys a quick final recap. Hopefully the video wasn't too long for you. Sorry if it was. So again, the Exodus tested great, and love the Exodus. But the point to this test was actually to test the Huner and the iron wheel. I can tell you right now, I won't be shooting the Huner heads. The iron wheel head, for a cut on contact head, it tested better than any other head that I've played with so far, and you know, it did everything that I expected it to do. Shot the Exodus because that's always my standard that I go against, and man, for a cut on contact, I actually am really impressed with this head. I'm glad Bill asked me to retest it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it.